Maggie, she knows the kings are friends. Maggie declines to dance. She won't work in a factory, though parents think she should. She's inclined academically, and so far it's so. Maggie won't be a teenage bride. Maggie against the tide, she accepts the adversity. She always knew she could to attend university, and so far it's so. Maggie, so far, so far, so good. Maggie, so far, so far, so good. Maggie.
Take this, Miss McKinley.
I don't know why you had
Don't need to say it again. There's nothing wrong with my hearing.
You and your hair-brained schemes.
It was just rotten luck that they left to go and sit with Mum in it.
And if it hadn't, then Mum might have got over the whole thing.
Whereas now,
He's taking ages in there.
Better than the usual 2-minute whisk that he does. Now you see him, now you don't. If it wasn't for the prescription he leaves behind, you'd think you'd had an hallucination.
how is she then, Doctor?
She's badly shaken up, there's no doubt about it. Very unpleasant experience, of course, very unpleasant. Now, I've given her a sedative, and I want you to give her these tablets.
Can't tranquilise her forever.
Maggie, I'm sure the doctor knows best.
It's a case of quietening her down and bringing her back to normal.
Normal.
Look, I know you're all very worried about Mrs. McKinley, but you must appreciate there is no easy cure for a lift phobia.
There's more to it than the lift.
Right.
Well, I'm sure you have plenty more calls to make, Doctor.
You're right there, Mr. McKinley. I'm run off my feet with gastric flu at the moment.
I'll see you out then.
Thank you.
We'll just need to treat her ourselves.
Well, who else will?
What can we do?
Thank you. Good day.
Your mother's sleeping.
Pity she can't spend the rest of her life asleep.
Don't say things like that. And don't start on at me. I know we've got to do something.
Well, at last, the words have come from his own lips.
Maggie?
I'll go and see the housing folk.
Promise?
I'll get it.
Oh, I know you're worried, Dad.
I've just heard the news from Cathy. What's she like?
She's not very good, Aunt Jessie.
What rotten luck.
She's asleep at the moment.
What's your dad saying to her?
He's going up the wall.
I'm really sorry, Andrew. She was in such great form at lunchtime.
Aye. Well, she's no in such great form now.
Would anyone like a cup of tea? Aunt Jessie?
No thanks, Hen. Andrew, I'm just thinking, why don't I take Nan over to our place for a wee while? It would give her a break.
It's a good idea, Dad. I mean, I know it won't solve anything, but until you arrange for a new place...
Oh, so you are going to now, Andrew, are you?
Aye. I'm going to.
called in Aunt Jessie's on the way back.
How's Mum?
She seems a lot better. Get anything to eat?
I've just made the tea.
Oh, here's Dad. Hi, Dad.
I thought I'd never get finished today.
Did you go to the housing department? Dad.
Now listen to me, madam. I had 12 WCs to fit all by myself. The boy cut his hand.
Honestly, I might have known.
When could I have gone? I only had 10 minutes for my lunch. I'll go tomorrow.
Tomorrow might have 13 loose to fit. He should get a medal for procrastination.
I want my tea.
Sandy, food.
Going in the bike then?
Oh, why not? My mum's not to worry about me. You know, she thinks you're fantastic, Mike Bruce, except for one thing.
Aye, I know. You know, Sandy really seemed to have his head down. Really working at it.
Tonight, team will get a chance.
Junior Cup? Ah, well, to keep knocking them in. You ready?
Aye.
So how's your dad doing then?
Complaining loudly about our cooking.
It's really time I was getting home.
No, don't you be in any hurry, Mrs. McKinley. I'll appreciate you all the more when you do go back.
We had bean flan last night.
Oh, yon's disgusting. Do you remember us making that at school? You tried to feed the pigeons with it when we came out.
There's no fleas and pigeons. They took one haughty look at it and were totally disgusted. Dad finally went to the housing department.
Oh, did he? What did they say?
They offered him a flat on the 6th floor. He turned it down.
And what did they say then?
The usual line. We'll put you on the waiting list, Mr. McKinley. There's other folk with troubles too, you know.
Oh, it's no just which floor that I just don't want to live away out there at all.
I don't suppose you could afford to rent privately?
No, with Jean and Maggie still at the school.
Okay, so I'm dragging the family. If it wasn't for me, my stupid ambitions, we could all be living in a detached house in Kelvin Side with a swimming pool in the garden and thumbing our noses at the housing department. The things women do to themselves. For men, it said. You don't have your hair done for Dad, do you?
What's that?
Nothing.
How's that for you, Mrs. McKinley?
Oh, that's lovely, Cassie. Real nice.
You touch a lacquer?
Might as well.
We'll need to get together sometime, Isabel, and catch up on all the scandal.
What about tonight?
I can't. I'm babysitting for the Scots tonight.
Mr. Scott, our old English teacher.
My current English teacher. And he's not that old.
Will that be the same as usual, Cassie?
Yes, please, Mrs. McKinley. Thanks.
Yeah. And that's for you, Isabel.
Well, thanks a lot, Mrs. McKinley.
Old money bags, eh? I suppose they'll bow to you when you walk into the bank, eh?
Well, they'll not bow when you come in anyway, that's for sure.
You free Saturday night, Maggie?
No, I'm probably going to Edinburgh for the weekend.
Edinburgh? That's the first I've heard of it.
Oh, with you, Mother, we can get up to anything. Jean and I sit in the bedroom every night sniffing glue.
Who do you know in Edinburgh?
Well, Provost.
Oh, you.
What to hang with it, that'll have to do.
Ah, looks fine to me.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Scott.
I thought you were going to call me Colin, now that you've reached the upper ranks of the school.
I'm working up to it. Habits die hard, you know.
Oh, I do know.
I've left you some supper in the kitchen, Maggie. And you'll make yourself some coffee.
Yeah, thanks, Janet.
I'll go and get my coat.
How are things at home?
It's ghastly. In every direction. Mum's still at Aunt Jessie's. And there's no sign of another house. And they're adamant I should look for a job once I've done my hires.
You can't give in.
But they feel they've kept me long enough. 17 years after all. They could be right. I was thinking maybe I should take a job for a year and have a year out and then go to university after.
But you've got to get higher maths if you want to get into anthropology.
I could always do it at night school.
And what about those 6-year studies you wanted to do?
Surely some university will have me anyway.
You've got to be in a position to take your pick, though. Let me talk to them.
You don't know what you're taking on.
Oh, I've had to take on plenty of parents in my time, of all kinds.
Ah, but faced with mine, Dad's like a stone wall and suspicious with it. And all Mum can hear when she sees Jean and me are wedding bells.
You don't make me think of church bells, Maggie.
Oh, thanks a lot. I don't know how to take that. And I know what you're going to say next. It's up to you to make the interpretation.
Am I as predictable as all that?
Have I got you worried? Good.
I'm ready.
We'd better be off or we'll miss the start. See you.
Enjoy yourselves.
You too.
Oh, the thought of being able to work in peace. Bliss.
Jan!
We won't be late, Maggie. See you.
Bye. Bye. Great.
Jean told me. In here?
Oh, have a seat.
Bit of a mess, isn't it?
I don't think so. Mrs. Scott's busy all day. She does German translations and she's got 2 kids.
I never said anything.
You didn't need to.
You don't seem very pleased to see me.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't need.
Right, fair enough.
Jean thought you might be glad of some company. Says babysitting's pretty boring when you're in.
She should speak for herself.
Look, if you'd rather I went.
No, it's all right. Stay for a few minutes.
What's the music?
Tchaikovsky?
I don't think you can be bothered reading all the time.
I don't read all the time. Far from it. Only wish I had the chance. If they get Sandy's tranny blaring in my ear, Jean yakking on about Spotty Gibson, or Dad moaning about the cost of feeding 5 mouths, sometimes I think the only answer's earplugs.
Okay, keep your hair on.
Why can't I sound off once in a while?
Once in a while?
And another thing, Mike Bruce, I don't intend to spend the rest of my life apologising for liking books.
I think I better go. You wouldn't mind if I did go, would you? Well, would you? Come on, Maggie, you're always going on about being honest.
Mama. In that case, I suppose I'd rather you did go. It doesn't mean that I'm not pleased to see you other times. It's just that tonight I feel like being alone.
Oh, but you can't have it always.
How do you mean?
Well, it's just if you go steady with someone...
Steady now, listen, Mike.
Oh, you listen to me, Maggie. Now, we do see quite a bit of one another.
Mike, you're a nice guy, but the word steady and me just don't go together. Gives me claustrophobia.
Oh, for goodness sake, you always exaggerate.
I'm not this time, I mean it.
There's somebody else, isn't there? That guy from Edinburgh.
It's got nothing to do with
Ah,
him.
you like him though, don't you?
Aye, a lot. We've a good time together. And we've a lot to talk about.
Oh, so you're saying you can't talk to me?
No, I'm not. We're talking now, aren't we?
Nothing more to be said then?
I can't stand folk wanting to possess me.
I don't want to possess you. I just want you to be my girlfriend.
But I can't, Mike. Don't you understand? I need to be free.
Suit yourself then.
I don't know what you'd say. There's no such thing as a free man or person.
How long are you going to be?
Just a couple of minutes. So I'll finish this chapter.
You and your chapters. You going to Edinburgh for the weekend?
Mhm.
Well, is it serious then?
What are you talking about?
You and James Fraser.
For goodness sake, only one thought runs through your head, Jean McKinley. You don't want to be a schoolgirl bride, do you? There are other things.
Maybe I don't want them.
All you want's Jack and a nice wee house and a baby.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, I suppose. Except it sounds dead boring.
Huh? To you, just?
Maybe even to you once you're 25.
25? That's 10 years away.
Don't you ever think of the future?
Not a lot.
Wise girl.
I don't know what you wanted to ask him up here for.
He more or less invited himself.
I could have gone to see him at the school.
You know you would have grumbled like mad if I'd made an appointment for you during school hours. You'd have said, "How am I supposed to take my time off work, madam?" Well, wouldn't you?
It's just that I don't like teachers coming to the house.
You make it sound as if I'd invited the whole staff. Only one's coming. He's not just a teacher. He and his wife are friends of mine.
Friends.
They are. Times have changed since you were at school, you know.
Oh, I'm well aware of that.
You'd have liked it better the way it is now.
I'm no so sure. At least then everyone knew their place.
Their place? For goodness sake, Dad, you make it sound as if you've been left over from the Victorian era. That'll be him now. Now, don't worry, Dad. He's an awful nice man. And he hasn't come to eat you. Come in.
Thanks.
This way. How's everyone's cough?
Oh, a lot better, thanks, Maggie.
Dad, this is Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott, my father.
Hello, Mr. McKinley.
Pleased to meet you.
Have a seat.
Oh, thanks.
Would you like a cup of coffee or a drink?
Aye. We could be doing with a dram. Do you take a dram, Mr. Scott?
That would be very nice.
I'll get it.
Chilly evening.
Warm in here, though.
I thought we might have had rain earlier.
Forecast's good for tomorrow.
If you can believe what they say.
Indeed. Ah.
Water for you.
A little thanks. Fine.
Cheers.
Slunch.
You have the garlic, then?
Only the odd word. What about you, Mr. McKinley?
Oh, when I was a boy, I had some words of it from my mother.
Maggie's marvellous granny. We've heard all about her.
You have?
They're obviously very close.
I'll leave you two to have your talk on your own.
Maggie, what on earth are you doing?
Playing hopscotch, what do you think? Do you fancy a game?
You must be joking.
I can always take those ankle breakers off.
You need your head examined.
So you've often told me. Mind how we used to play hopscotch for hours on end?
That was when we were kids.
Now we're grown up and sensible. My future's at stake this very minute. Talks are going on at a high level.
What are you talking about?
My future? What about your future, Isabel? How you like your job with Kathy?
I like it fine. I'll be glad when I'm fully qualified, mind you, and then I'll get some decent money. Brian and I are saving up for a flat.
A flat? You getting married or you going to live in the city?
Don't be daft. My mum to have a fit. going to get married, of course. But not yet. Not for ages.
How long's ages?
3 years, probably. We'll get engaged on my 18th birthday and married on my 20th.
So it's all fixed, you can see your whole life ahead of you.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, I suppose.
I'll need to go. Brian will be waiting for me. Here's your Sandy coming. See you, Maggie.
See you. You better watch you don't overdo it, you know. Mind you, who am I to talk? All or nothing, us McKinleys, eh? Are you really serious about this?
Turning pro, of course.
Oh, well, don't let them stop you. Better to have a brief moment of glory than... Well, hang on, I think I'm wanted.
Maggie! Dad says you have to come up now.
How are they getting on?
They're getting sloshed together. Maybe not sloshed, but tiddly anyway.
He wasn't a bad chap, I must say. He was very understanding, like. He could see my point of view, too.
But you saw his in the end.
Well, I did come round to it, I must admit.
And you don't feel as if you've been bullied or anything, though, do you, Dad?
You don't think anyone could get away with bullying me, do you?
Certainly not.
No. The thing is, though, Maggie, I always did feel deep down that you should stay on. You're the brainiest in the house, so if you can't get on, who will?
You don't get on just by going to university, you know.
No, but it does seem the right place for you. The only thing is, I'd have preferred it if you had decided to go in for teaching, Mr. Scott said.
Dad.
But it's a first-class job, and the holidays are good and so's the pay.
But I don't want to be a teacher. I want
I
to
know
be a...
what you want to be. But do you think there'll be many openings in that line?
We'll just need to wait and see once I graduate.
Anybody in?
It's Mum. What's she going to say?
How's my wee housewife?
Hi, Mum.
Oh,
Mum, we weren't
Maggie.
expecting you.
We thought it'd surprise you.
Hello, Nan.
I just decided to come home to see what you were all up to. Just as well, isn't it? Place is like a pigsty.
You're looking much better, Nan.
Must be if she's in the warpath again. Did you come up in the lift?
Nothing wrong with the stairs. Except they make your legs buckle. We're all going to end up knock-kneed. And what have you been up to? You've been up to something, I can tell.
Mr. Scott, Maggie's English teacher.
Oh, I know who Mr. Scott is.
He came up to see me.
Waiting till I was out the road, no doubt.
The thought never crossed his mind,
Well?
Mum.
We had a wee chat.
And a wee drink.
Aye.
And then he twisted you round his wee finger.
That's not fair, Mum.
You stay out of
Wait
this.
a minute, right in the middle.
So you said she could stay on at the school, did you?
Yes, I did. And that's what she's going to do. It's no right making a girl take a job. Any humdrum job when she could stretch herself, get a better education and a chance to do more in life than we have.
I think I should have some say in it, too.
Oh, I'm sure you will, Nan.
And you'll no get round me as easy as that, Andrew McKinley.
Better have your say then, Mum.
Maggie, she knows the kings are friends. Maggie declines to dance. She won't work in a factory, though parents think she should. She's inclined academically, and so far it's so. Maggie won't be a teenage bride. Maggie against the tide, she accepts the adversity. She always knew she could to attend university, and so far it's so. Maggie, so far, so good. Maggie, so far, so good. Maggie.